Hey everyone, Papa Traffy here. As I said in my last video, I am back, so I'm gonna start making more content. This time around, I'm gonna focus less on making sure I'm doing everything right by YouTube's algorithm, and I'm just gonna jump in and make what I want to make. You know what I mean? Like, we're not gonna try stretching things out to 8 minutes. I mean, I never really tried to stretch anything out to 8 minutes because I'm not good at that. Anyways, the point is, today I wanted to talk about Mad. I've made a short about the manga Mad, but I haven't actually made a video on it, and I do want to start covering chapters. For my Ranger Reject fans, I will be covering Ranger Reject chapters as well. I'll probably go back and make 199. You should see that pop up soon. But for today, we're going to talk about Mad by Yusuke Otori. If you haven't heard of this series, essentially it's a post-apocalyptic world where aliens came down and destroyed everything. You've probably seen some art of it somewhere. The aliens look very close to Ridley Scott's Aliens. So in general, designs are amazing, but the story is what has really captured me so far. So today we're going to talk about Mad Chapter 38, Coward. For those of you who are interested in Mad, and I would assume you are since you're watching a Chapter 38 review for Mad, basically the last chapter, Yuzure ate one of his fellow assimilators, which gave him like a massive power boost that allowed him to beat Pano. This chapter is focusing on the direct results of that and really focusing in on John. With Pano down and these assimilator religious nut jobs on their way to attack these innocent people that were providing a home for him, John now has to step up in her place to fight Yuzure. The issue with this is that John still doesn't have his confidence. What ends up happening is he's going through this thought process of, oh, the person who is much stronger than me couldn't beat them. What am I supposed to do? And in this hesitation, Pano's dad runs out and gets captured. And this just starts the downhill momentum of John's mental in this chapter that eventually, peaks back up. Before we dive into the rest of, John's little arc in this chapter, let's take a step back and focus on Yuzure, because Yuzure is experiencing his own kind of internal conflict at the moment. When he ate the assimilator, it appears that it set his mind back in time to when he was still a slave. We can tell this by him calling out to Alda like they're close, like there is literally nothing else in the world, even his own cult. So it looks like the trade-off for the power of eating another or cannibalizing another assimilator is this regression in his mind. And we know that typically when they eat another assimilator, it's a power overload that essentially causes them to self-destruct, or at least by what the story has told us. In Yuzure's case, it is completely different, and he was able to control that power, but it still has affected him on a mental level. One of the other things that I enjoy about this chapter is this little focus on Alda, because since we've been introduced to Alda, they've never really fit in with the cult. And they've just been, I guess they're there because they have to be. Their life is being threatened, even though they are a really strong warrior. The issue is that as the cultists are attacking these innocent people, that moral compass is starting to flare up. And Alda is becoming brave, I guess you would say, and is actually standing up for themselves, telling the cult no, which is great to see. And I would love to see Alda join our main cast because, we have Pano and John, of course, but Bob is, not super helpful against assimilators or the aliens. So having another fighter that could assist within the party would be great, and I think Alda would make a great fit for that. But to get back to the point, let's talk about John, because John does have some great moments in this chapter, like him coming to the realization that he is the only one that can protect these people, so he tries to defend them. And in that, he ends up almost one-shotting one of the assimilators until that assimilator is saved, and they even question, where did this burst of power come from? this eventually leads John into having this moment where he's like begging for his sister to help him. And he says, "I'm still asking my dead sister to save me, huh?" And he headbutts a rock. And he's questioning how long he's going to be a coward, and he needs to get a grip already. And in this moment, he stands back up, says, "I've got to do this," has a flashback with a conversation between him and Pano about her mom dying. And it's these small bits that really give so much life to these characters, and it's why I enjoy this story so much. I wish it was weekly and not bi-weekly, because waiting 2 weeks for a new chapter kills me, I promise you. Especially with this chapter ending with eyes gleaming in the dark with newfound resolve, and John looks like he is ready to brawl. I cannot wait for chapter 39, and 2 weeks. 2 weeks is such a long time to wait. Oh my God. Anyways, yeah, so that's really gonna do it for this video. It's just me yapping about the chapter, going a little bit more in depth. If you like Mad, let me know if you've read it, you know, that kind of stuff. If this video made you interested in it, I'm sorry for the spoilers, but please go back to chapter 1 and catch up, because Mad is absolutely worth it, from the writing to the art to just the general themes and the plot, not the plot, the idea. What is the word I'm looking for? It's like the general, like the idea of the story, I guess. I don't know. But that's gonna be it for Mad chapter 38. As always, if you like the video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.